With all of the travel vlogs that are posted and the beautiful photos of semester at sea being in the country, it's hard to remember that semester at sea is a university and you have to do school on it, on the ship, and it's not just a vacation. So I'm here to talk about today all of the things you need to know about the school aspect of semester at sea, like how hard the classes are, how to sign up for classes, what classes you can sign up for, how there's no weekends, what to expect for exams, scheduling tips, and just how to know if this semester at sea experience, the study abroad experience, is right for you, school-wise. So let's get into it right away. I have so many things to tell you. So please like and subscribe if you want to support my channel and want me to make more videos, and let's get into all of my tips about semester at sea. Okay, so let's first talk about classes. You're going to sign up for 4 classes for on the ship, and they're going to be 3 credits each, so 12 credits total, a full semester of classes. And there's lower level classes and upper level classes, 100 to 200 and 300 to 400 level, but there's no restrictions on which levels you take. You can take all lower level, all upper level, doesn't really matter. And there's going to be 50 classes-ish offered each voyage within like 20 to 25 different disciplines. So there's usually classes offered for whatever major you are. There's English, history, there's psychology, there's even bio classes, but there's not usually like math courses because your home universities are probably going to want you to take like calculus with them so you get like the best experience, and so it's the same as all the other students who took it. But literally every other like topic is taught on semester at sea, so you're going to be in luck for that. And you can get your bio credits, but there's no lab component, I don't think, so that might be iffy transferring credits. But besides that, like, you can take whatever class you want in whatever major you are. So these courses are going to be posted to the Semester at Sea website 9 to 12 months before your voyage leaves, and then you're going to sign up for them probably about like 3 months before you actually leave. So you're going to choose 3 courses of your own, and then you have to take global studies. Everyone on the ship has to take global studies. Even the lifelong learners are going to be in global studies, because global studies is where you learn about like cultural differences, oceanography, and just about the countries that we're going to get to next. You talk about languages, you talk about like the geography, you talk about everything in global studies. So everyone has to take that. It's a 300 level course, and then you get to choose 3 others. So since all of these courses are through Colorado State University, that is the home university for semester at sea, then it is that like grading scale, it is those credits that are going to be transferred to your own home university. And you're going to have to talk to your university before you leave to see if the credits are going to transfer directly, if the letter grade is going to transfer, or if it's just going to be like the credits. That's really important to know, so you know if you have to try like to get that A, or if you can get by with like a B or something and still get the credit. And it's going to be through Colorado State that you sign up for these classes. So when it's time to sign up, they'll let you know all of this in an email, I'm sure. But you go to the CSU registration page. It is by like first come, first serve, so get there on time to get the classes that you want and put in your classes that you want, and make sure the schedule works, the times don't overlap, it doesn't overlap with meals or anything. And also you cannot have 2 classes that have the same field class date, which I'm going to talk about in just a minute. So all of the classes that you sign up for, except for global studies, are going to have a field class, which is a 1-day course in country with the people in your class. So if you take a class for the whole semester, then you'll have 1 day in like Morocco where you go actually into that country with your professor, with the people from that class, and do some sort of activity. And that 1 day is 20% of your grade, so you cannot miss it. You cannot make other travel plans, and you cannot have overlapping field classes with another course because you have to be at both. So that is 20% of your grade. It's really important to go, and it's usually pretty fun anyway. Like one time I went and saw like a show. The other day was like a walking tour of Dubrovnik. Like they're really fun, like lunch is included, travel's included, so you have to go to those. And then afterwards you're probably gonna write like a paper or a reflection on that experience. So now let's talk about class size. All of the classes that I took on the ship had about 20 students in them. There was never really anyone like a bigger class than that except for global studies. So my 3 classes that I got to choose had like 20-ish students, and then global studies is a lecture style class, and you're all like sitting together, and there's 2 sections of it. So the amount of people on the ship is split in half, and half goes to the first section, half goes to the second. And that's how it goes. There's gonna be like 250 to 300 people in that class. That is huge. But aside from that, all of your classes are going to have office hours, and so you can get academic support whenever you need it, or you can go up to professors at meals and be like, hey, I need help, and they will always help you. Everyone wants you to succeed on this trip. And there's also a writing center, a writing desk that you can get help at also. So you'll have tons of academic support if you need it. So every class that you take is going to be an hour and 20 minutes long. And the earliest they start is about 8 a.m. or 8:30, and the latest they go, the last one ends at 6:30 p.m. And I had that slot for mine. It was like 5:10 to 6:30, and that was not a fun one because I was so hungry and I was so tired by that time, but I was just like, hunger was the issue. I couldn't concentrate, I was so hungry. But okay, besides that, global is an hour, everything else is an hour and 20 minutes, and there's 2 sections of global. So everyone in the first section, it was like at 8:30, and they hated it. They were so tired. I was in the 10 a.m. It was amazing. If you can, sign up for the 10 a.m. You're gonna thank yourself later. You're gonna love the 10 a.m. slot. So that is why you have to get to registration early, right when it opens, so you can get the slot that you want, the 10 a.m. global. Do that. And classes are on A days and B days, so they switch off every day except for global, which is every day. So that's fun. You get to get up for it every day, which is why you want to go to the later time slot. Anyway, so I ended up with having 2 of my classes in global on A days and then 1 class in global on B days. And B days are my favorite because I had extra time, so just try to like spread out your classes like that. But on like B days, I had time to do homework for other classes or just relax by the pool, and that was the best. But the thing is, there are no weekends on the ship. It's either an A day or a B day, or an A day or a B day, and that's all you get. So the weekends are when you're in country. It does not matter what day it is on the ship at all. And that can be a lot to handle at first, especially if you have a long crossing where it's like 8 days on the ship until you get to another country. It feels like you're doing class forever. Like you get sort of sick of going to classes. But it's okay, you just gotta accept that there's no days anymore. It's just A day or B day. So let's talk about the difficulty of the classes on the ship. I thought honestly they weren't too hard, but if you don't try, of course you're not gonna do well. I think that for a lot of people, the hardest class on the ship was actually global studies because they wouldn't do the readings and they wouldn't come to the lectures. And then the tests are multiple choice and short answers, and they would honestly get C's or D's on these tests and be like, I don't know what happened, but that's because they never did the readings and they didn't come to the lectures. You need to come to the lectures, do not just sleep through them, because attendance gives you points anyway, and those are easy points to raise your grade. And then when you're in the lectures, my biggest tip is to write down everything that is said there, because even if you skip on some of the readings or don't read very thoroughly, the lectures are the important parts. You need to write them down so that you know the information. They might post the PowerPoint slides later on, but also just hearing what they say, writing it down, that will help you do well. And then there are also study days before every midterm and final, where you have no classes and you're just supposed to study, but a lot of people spend these days by the pool just drinking smoothies because that's what you do on a study day, which is fun, like you can do that. But then like at least like 2 hours before the test, come inside and study. So for global studies, on those study days, the tests are actually at night at like 7 or 8, and you're spread out throughout the ship. They're not in the morning for your normal class time, like they're at night. So just study before that time and you should be okay. And then also come and get attendance points, of course. And then there's also like a few projects interspersed. Like we had to make a video project and we got points for that, so that can help raise your grade also. So don't worry about it if your first test doesn't go so well, but just listen to the lectures, write down what they say, and you should be okay. As for my other classes, these weren't too difficult. Like they were pretty hard, but like I did all the work, so I was okay. So if you do the work, you're gonna be okay. But the thing that you need to know is that the professors come from all around the world, just like the students come from all around the world. So they might have different expectations for their grading or just for like the caliber that they want their students to be at. So keep in mind, they're not all coming from the same university. They can be really strict and come from a really difficult university or somewhere else where you don't have to have like as much work put into it. So keep that in mind. As for the sort of assignments behind this trip, I wrote so many essays and reflections when I got back from literally every country. So you need to have a way to type that isn't Google Docs because, as I mentioned in my video on Wi-Fi, the Wi-Fi on the ship can be really weird and not work very well. So Google Docs is not your best bet. You need something else like Microsoft Word or just like writing in like pages and like copy and paste. It's like some way that you can print, if that makes any sense. Anything that you can print from, that is what you need. You're gonna get printing money on the ship and like your username and password, and it's enough money, like don't worry about that. And then you can go to IT and have them hook up your laptop to the printer, or you can always print from the 4 computers that are on the ship. Also, a lot of classes assign things for you to do over the time when you're in port, and that is so annoying because you just want to have fun, you want to get off the ship, and you don't want to be doing homework. So it's not very fun, but just think about working ahead because then you won't have to do it and waste your time when you're having fun with your friends in a new country exploring. Okay, so that was a lot of information really fast about the classes and class size and everything like that. If there's any questions that you have, which you probably do, I didn't do the best job of explaining everything, please leave them down below. If there's enough questions, I might make a part 2 to this video so everyone understands a little bit better, but I hope it was helpful at least. Please like and subscribe if you want, that'd be great, and I'll see you guys in my next video.